What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Sukuna from the Shibuya opening. I did Gojo from the opening sequence, so I thought I'd do Sukuna as well. On a landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast, which sometimes I do. So, center point about here, my page. Eyes are just above this a little bit. So that's like my halfway point this way. And up over to the right, and we start with his eyelid line. So kind of like a little bit of a head tilt I think on this one, but maybe we'll keep it a bit straighter. So we'll go diagonal first, and then we bring it across the top of those eyes there like that. Quite pointy sort of on the corners. One eye smaller than the other, right? So it kind of like bumps down and up. So this is like the real thin one. The other one will be like a bit wider looking. He's looking like crazy. So in anime eyes, they usually make the top eyelid line darker and thicker, right? So you could just like add a little bit of extra line weight to that. Okay, basically like that. And then the pupil. So he's looking down, right? It's an upshot is what they call it. So like we're looking up at his face. So to get that illusion, that sort of thing, you got to put his iris coming up from the bottom eyelid line, right? So like it's like a sunrise, right? So I kind of imagine that's the land and then the sun coming up. And then a pupil in the middle. And he does have like an extra circle. Sometimes it depends, right? But we'll just, it depends on like the animation style and everything. So we'll put something like that, kind of like a bullseye. You know, a circle inside a circle. Eyelid line, so just above, say somewhere here. And they give him sort of lines like underneath his eye and stuff around that eye. His eyebrow above that, just like a basic sort of eyebrow shape. It's kind of square on the end, right? And you want to add just a section that you can color in a bit, right? Main thing is that spiky on the end there. Okay, so we'll go over and do the other eye. Slightly different shape, right? So it's not like as flat on, well, it's flat, but the eye is like wider because he's giving us this crazy sort of smile, right? So we'll just go across. You're about eye width, I would say, nearly. Might be like a little bit smaller between the eyes. So it's probably like the bottom eyelid line. Like it's not like a full eye. So say if I started it here, right? So say if I took that full eye, it would go past that. It's probably like 3/4 of his eye fits in between there. Maybe just the white part. Rough distance. And there is a little bit of a head tilt. So this might be a little bit lower down than that one, but it's not too much lower. Okay, so we'll just do generally same thing. And we're going to just make this eye like a little bit wider. So like not as thin as this. So just like a bigger sort of eye shape. And then in anime again, thicken up the top eyelid line. Just a bit. And this eye, because the eye is wider, we can see like a little bit more of the eye. So nearly like the whole circle, nearly. Right, and then pupil in the middle. And then again, that sort of bullseye effect. Another sort of circle around his eye there. eyelid line on top. And then we have some hatching and stuff for his cheeks and around his eyes and stuff. And then his eyebrow, just again curving across the top here. Sort of square there. And you want to make it just so you can color in a bit of it. They're quite thin, they're not like thick eyebrows or anything. So in this image, we have like some extra wrinkles and frowns for his nose. Right, they do sort of little things like this. It's interesting. You know, things that they don't normally do on the character when he's moving around and stuff. It's kind of like a still image, a key image, I guess. So they add some extra detail. And then his nose, so his nostrils are slightly different to one another. So one of them, like that. In anime, they generally just draw the nostrils. One like that. And then the other one's like different. So it's like wider, goes that way. So we're not like symmetrical with the nostrils. Which is good to see that, you know, you can do that. You know, you don't have to worry about things being like exact or anything. So he's got this big Joker smile, right? And it's real wide. So normally a mouth is like under the iris, right? So normally it'd be like here. But because this is like a crazy big exaggerated smile, we're going to go past it here, right? So we'll just add the like corners of his mouth, this sort of smile line, just underneath, say, the outside edge of his eye, and over here as well, like that. Sorry if I sound nasally, sniffly. Right, so that mouth line, so it curves up in the middle and down on the sides, right? So it'll go up a bit in the middle and down, and then up. You want to curve it up at the edge to make it look like a smile. So it looks like his mouth is closed at the minute, but we'll open it up and add teeth. So just coming from the corner, then we'll go down this way, comes down, around, and then she goes back up into the corner there, right? It's kind of like a watermelon, slice of watermelon or something. A hammock, actually. Put a head here, someone lying in a hammock. So we've shadows in the corner of the mouth where the teeth begin, right? So just like, say, here, you just mark that off. And we go here, right? And that's just black. Then in here. So it just makes it look like the mouth has depth when you do these things. So for the teeth, right? So they draw in sort of, they don't draw in like all the teeth, right? They draw in this kind of thing. You know, they do these little sort of zigzag bumpy lines. Broken sort of things. It's common enough in animes. Right? And then we have the actual gums drawn in. It's done with pink color, but we will draw in some of these V's, these little shapes there. And there might be some on the corner of his mouth here as well. We have to draw them in because we're using black ink. Right, And you could do more or less of this detail. You could draw in each individual tooth, but sometimes it's better to leave it like that. Right, we have a bottom lip line just there. We can't see his chin, right? It's just covered by his big red sort of scarf thing, right? So that just like comes across here. It's two lines that intersect. And it just kind of cuts off his chin this way. And then his jaw comes out from the sides here, right? So comes out there. And then the other one kind of roughly touches here, so like that's his chin, so we'll go across here. And that's the side of his mouth, so I'd say we'll go that way. And then the jaw will go up towards his ear, and on this side, up towards the ear as well. So in just his ear being here, but you got to like leave a little bit of a gap and add this V for his sideburns of his hair. Same on this side, basically. All right, and we're kind of in line with the nose, see? Because we're looking up at him, right? So it makes everything look a bit different. Normally ears are higher up if a character is looking forward, but because he's looking down at us, the ears are like in this gap. Right, so we just add the ear in there. And then ear line details are inside. Letter J, generally, is the easiest thing to do. And you can add more detail if you want, but they don't actually add a lot in this. Just those general little lines like that. Right, so we get his hairline in, and we'll do those extra eyes and face tattoos and stuff. So his hairline generally just like goes this way past his brow. Up that way. And then, so the V for the center of his hair, kind of there, right? And you just get these sort of zigzag lines going this way. And he comes down. And of course, he has the long sort of pink hair then, starting here. And these are just like hair spikes that stick out. We'll do the hair and stuff. And we'll come back to the details in the face. And then he has that shaved sort of side of his head there. I love the song that started this actually. Okay, and we can see like some of his neck just coming down from his jaw. There, like neck muscles in there. Right, we will finish the hair and then come back to the face tattoo. So you're just adding like Itadori general spikes like that, and you go the whole way around. Some of them small, some of them big. And you just go the whole way. And maybe like some texture just in the middle here, coming up from his fringe. You are special. Right, so on his face, we've got that eye underneath his eye. just in there, and then like just a little red circle with a dot. Do the same over here. They got like little texture lines just around there. And then those tattoos or markings. And this long one goes down and across right down to the chin here. Another one here. Spiky. Now, I've seen the animation people themselves draw it differently on the manga. It's like, it's generally this, like, but it, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as what I'm doing. You know, things can be a little bit smaller, bigger, because I've seen them do that. Spike across the nose, kind of bumps across and down. And then there's a diamond in the head with like little spiky arms or something. There. Okay. Right, so the rest of this red sort of hoodie comes down that way and this way. It's kind of like tattered and torn, or it looks to be at least. It goes behind his shoulder, which, where would the shoulder be here? So we'll go boom, down then, maybe like that, right? And tattered and torn, sort of bumpy line that way. So it's kind of like his shoulders are tilted a bit. Pull, stretch lines coming across like so, and then the buttons, just like pulling the fabric a bit there. You are my special. And if you want fire, all around Sukuna is always something that is worth doing. Maybe coming across his body a little bit here. Thin fire, I find, always is cooler. This could be like lightning or something coming around his head. Do a big one maybe here. Sukuna from Shibuya opening. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.